So what happened? Many of you have asked me to share details about what happened during the attack or maybe before the attack, and had some questions about my dog. So in this video, I'm going to give you kind of a short version of what happened that night. And then in another, hopefully shorter video, I'll kind of answer some questions about my dog. It was a normal Tuesday night. I was getting ready for bed. It was probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. And I went upstairs to my husband's bedroom. Our dog was laying on the bedroom floor. He usually sleeps up in our room or up in the hallway upstairs. But he wasn't asleep. He was relaxed. He was laying on his side. But when I came in the room, he lifted his head and, looked at me. And then his tail was also wagging. I remember hearing it thumping on the floor. And I went over to him, my usual fashion. I was giving him pats. I patted his face, I patted his head, I was patting down his back, and then I started patting his belly and rubbing his belly, and then it was just very sudden. He was just in my face. I don't remember feeling him bite my lip. I just remember feeling blood spray all over my chest. And I went up, put my arm up to kind of grab and then also push the dog away. And he latched onto my forearm. And I tried to push him off of me. I tried to pull my arm out of his mouth, and I couldn't. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, the loudest I possibly could, for my husband, who was downstairs. And our older senior dog, who was a 10-year-old pit bull, came running into the room. I don't know if she bit Scout or if she just ran at him and touched him, but whatever she did was enough to distract him to let my arm go, and I ran downstairs to get my husband. I immediately had first aid instincts kick in. I got a wet towel and put it over my lip to try to control the bleeding. I knew my arm was bitten, but I didn't know how badly it was bitten. I was just trying, I was freaking out, screaming and crying, sobbing. And my husband called 911. We live in a fairly rural area, so the closest hospital is, 45 minutes away. So I was transported by EMS to the hospital. The doctor found 8 lacerations to my right forearm, some of which required some sutures because they were so deep and had some underlying tissue kind of hanging out, and others were smaller puncture wounds. I also have a small laceration on my right thigh and some pretty extensive bruising and a small laceration on my left forearm. And of course, my face. They had asked me if I'd seen my face, and I said yes because I had seen my face, but I thought that my lip was hanging off, because when I was talking, I could feel a flapping. But that's when they told me that there was nothing left for them to reattach. So I'm going to come a bit closer. It is kind of hard to see, but this is actually not my lip at all. It's a flap that the surgeon was able to make with my skin from out here and then the tissue in my mouth. He was able to do a bedside procedure instead of a full surgery, which I'm thankful for because I get really nervous about anesthesia anyway. But he had asked me, do you have your lip? And I was, no. We did find my lip later on our bedroom floor, which was really gut-wrenching because that made it so much more real. But the surgeon did a really, really great job. He basically numbed me up. He cut away tissue that was no longer viable, and this is what I have now. I'm actually just got back from an appointment with him, and everything's healing the way that it should. The only unfortunate part, well, not the only unfortunate part, but an unfortunate part of the healing is that I will have to wait anywhere from 6 months to a year before I can get reconstructive surgery to my face. And my arm is still healing really slowly. They're pretty deep cuts, and I have some numbness and loss of sensation in my arm and a little bit in my face. But the swelling has gone down significantly, and my face is not really bruised anymore, which is good. if you have more questions about what happened, feel free to, drop those in the comments, but I will be posting another video about my dog Scout and kind of the aftermath of the attack. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate everyone's love and support, and I'll see you again soon.